You are a male praying mantis, and tonight you have one job. Find a female. Convince her that you are a mate, not a snack. Transfer your genes. Then leave with your head still attached. The first 3 steps are difficult. The fourth is apparently a luxury. Ahead of you sits a female, larger, heavier, hungrier, and equipped with 2 spiked forelegs designed to seize struggling prey. She has spent her adult life catching insects. You are an insect. Your romantic strategy is therefore to walk directly toward a professional insect catcher and hope she recognizes the difference. You move slowly. She turns her head. You freeze. She cleans one foreleg. You reconsider every decision made by your ancestors. But evolution did not bring you here for happiness. It brought you here because males that never approached females left no descendants. So you creep forward, climb onto her back, and begin mating. For a moment, everything works. Then she reaches behind her, grabs you, and bites into your head. This seems like a serious interruption. It is not necessarily one. A mantis' nervous system is distributed through several clusters of nerve cells, so mating movements can continue even after catastrophic damage to the head. Your body keeps completing the mission while the rest of you becomes dinner. Nature has invented multitasking, and you are the equipment. This behavior is called sexual cannibalism. One animal kills and consumes a mate or potential mate before, during, or shortly after mating. It appears most famously in mantises and spiders, although versions occur in other predatory invertebrates. And there is an obvious pattern. The victim is usually male. Not always. Nature dislikes absolute rules, but often enough that Black Widow became a name, while Black Widower who ate his wife and then raised the children never became a major brand. So why are males usually the meal? The simplest answer is not that females are crueler. Evolution does not reward cruelty, fairness, romance, or good table manners. It rewards whatever leaves more surviving genes. In many species that practice sexual cannibalism, females make the expensive reproductive product. Eggs are large, nutrient-rich packages. Producing dozens or hundreds of them requires protein, fat, minerals, and energy. A male may contribute sperm and then provide no parental care at all. The female still has to build the next generation from materials stored inside her body. Conveniently, a protein delivery has just arrived. It has legs. If she eats the male after sperm transfer, she may gain both fertilization and food. The male does not need to benefit. The behavior only has to increase her reproductive success, often enough to survive natural selection. If a male kills and eats a female before she lays the eggs he fertilized, he may destroy his own future offspring along with hers. He gains a meal but loses a reproductive opportunity that is often much more valuable. That asymmetry makes female cannibalism easier for natural selection to preserve. This does not mean every hungry female attacks every male. Sexual cannibalism varies enormously between species, populations, and individual encounters. Female condition matters. Male size matters. Courtship matters. The availability of ordinary prey matters. Even the exact moment of the attack matters. But the basic accounting is brutal. If the female eats him after sperm transfer, she may keep the sperm, digest the male, and use both. The male, meanwhile, loses every future mating opportunity. Experiments show that the nutritional benefit can be real. In one study of Chinese mantises, researchers traced nutrients from males into females and their eggs. Even without being eaten, males transferred a substantial amount of labeled amino acids through the ejaculate. But when the female consumed the male, more male-derived material appeared in her reproductive tissues and eggs. After researchers excluded the first egg case, females that ate their mates produced about 88 later eggs. Females prevented from eating the males produced only about 38. Your death did not merely feed the mother. Parts of you became construction material for your own offspring. That sounds almost noble until you remember that you were not consulted. Still, the female's benefit explains only half the story. The male loses his body and every future chance to reproduce. A male that escapes could potentially mate again. Under many conditions, survival is therefore the better strategy. This is why most males do not simply stroll into a female's mouth with the confidence of a volunteer sandwich. Male mantises approach cautiously. Some wait until the female is distracted or feeding. Male spiders vibrate webs in patterns that announce, this is courtship, not trapped lunch. Others mate with females that are molting, immobilized, or already eating. Some bring gifts. Some restrain the female with silk. Some perform their work at maximum speed and launch themselves away like an employee leaving a meeting before another task appears. In one orb-weaving spider system, male courtship vibrations delay the female's predatory response. The web is both her home and her prey detection machine. Every vibration normally means food. The male must therefore tap out the biological equivalent of an identification code before entering the trap. Wrong rhythm, dinner. Correct rhythm, possibly sex, followed by dinner. This is progress. Nursery web spiders use another strategy. A male may wrap prey in silk and present it as a nuptial gift. While the female eats, he mates. The gift provides food, occupies her mouth parts, and may extend copulation. It is romance with an invoice. Some males cheat by wrapping worthless debris. The female opens the package and discovers that her suitor has handed her the spider equivalent of an empty gift box. By then, he may already be mating. Natural selection has produced deception, disappointment, and terrible presents without requiring a single shopping mall. But in a few species, the male's best option is not escape. It is sacrifice. Meet the Australian redback spider. The female is much larger than the male. During mating, the male performs a somersault that positions his abdomen over her mouth parts. He is not pushed there. He actively places himself within fang range while continuing to transfer sperm. Across observed matings, females consumed males roughly 65% of the time. Males that were eaten gained important paternity advantages. Cannibalism prolongs sperm transfer and reduced the likelihood that the female would accept another male. Later work from the same research program suggests that consumed males can achieve roughly twice the paternity of males that survive. But the male redback's body is not a particularly valuable meal. He is tiny compared with the female. His real investment is time. By letting her bite, you may keep mating longer, transfer more sperm, and make her less willing to accept the next male. He is not feeding the children. He is buying more of them. This is not suicide in the human sense. The spider is not thinking about sacrifice, legacy, or whether his children will appreciate him. The behavior persists because males performing it left more offspring than males refusing it. For a redback male, future mating opportunities are poor. Searching for females is dangerous, and many males die before mating even once. A male lucky enough to reach a receptive female may never find another, so evolution changes the calculation. If your chance of mating again is high, protect your body. If your chance of mating again is almost zero, spend everything on the current mating. The male redback becomes a final reproductive investment, part distraction, part paternity insurance, and entirely unavailable for future appointments. A dark fishing spider goes even further. The moment sperm transfer begins, an irreversible physiological chain reaction starts. His legs curl underneath him, his body becomes unresponsive, and he never recovers. The female does not need to kill him. His own reproductive system has already pressed the shutdown button. Then she eats him anyway. In this species, the male can mate only once. Survival after mating, therefore, has little reproductive value. Any trait that increases fertilization success during that single opportunity can spread, even if the male's remaining life is measured in minutes. This is the principle of terminal investment. When there is no realistic next round, spend everything in this one. But what about females that attack before mating? Now the male transfers no sperm. The female receives no fertilization. The male receives death. The mating has produced one meal and 0 babies. How can that persist? Sometimes it is adaptive feeding. A starving female may gain more from eating a male now than from mating with him, especially if other males are likely to appear later. A female cannot produce eggs without enough food. Turning down one mating opportunity may be worthwhile if the meal helps her survive and reproduce afterward. Sometimes it may function as mate rejection. Small, old, unhealthy, or poorly performing males can be easier to overpower. By attacking them, a female may avoid mating with a low-value partner while gaining food. But scientists must be careful here. An eaten male is not automatically evidence that the female inspected his resume and rejected him. In many species, the behavior may be an accidental spillover from aggression selected for another purpose. Consider a female fishing spider. Her survival depends on reacting rapidly to movement. A hesitation could mean losing prey. Females that attack decisively may grow faster and produce more eggs. But evolution cannot always install a perfect switch labeled food and boyfriend. A male approaches. He moves like prey. He is small enough to overpower. Her predatory system activates before her mating system finishes loading. Congratulations. The date has become lunch because the software opened the wrong application. This aggressive spillover idea explains why sexual cannibalism often appears in active predators. The female is not a peaceful animal transformed into a monster by romance. She is already a hunter. Mating requires a smaller animal to approach the mouth end of a larger predator and somehow interrupt a deeply successful feeding program. The male's entire courtship display may therefore be less choose me and more please do not process me as calories. Body size makes the problem worse. In many cannibalistic spiders, females are larger than males. A large female has more eggs to build and more physical power to subdue a partner. The smaller male is easier to capture and may be less dangerous to attack. If the size difference were reversed, the outcome could reverse too, and occasionally, it does. Males of the ground spider, Macaria sociabilis, have been observed killing and eating females, especially older females of lower reproductive value. In some conditions, large males encountered many females while ordinary prey became less available. Mating with a young female could be valuable. Eating an older female could be more profitable. Here, the male is large enough to win, prey is scarce, alternative mates exist, and the female he attacks may offer limited future reproduction. Change the economics and suddenly the widower appears. This exception reveals the real rule. Females do not eat males because nature has assigned females the role of cannibal. The partner with greater physical power, greater nutritional need, lower cost of killing, and a better chance of reproducing afterward is more likely to benefit. In mantises and many spiders, that combination usually belongs to the female. She is often larger. She produces energetically expensive eggs. She may receive no parental help from the male. She can use sperm after he dies. And the male is standing exactly where prey normally stands, except he is performing a dance. The male, meanwhile, faces a different optimization problem. Approach too cautiously and another male gets there first. Approach too quickly and you are attacked. Mate for too short a time and you transfer too little sperm. Mate for too long and you may become a protein supplement. Escape too early and she may remate. Remain too long and you may never leave. There is no safe strategy. There are only strategies that failed slightly less often across thousands of generations. That is why males have evolved signals, gifts, stealth, speed, restraint, opportunistic timing, escape jumps, and, in the most extreme cases, self-sacrifice. It is also why females do not always cannibalize. Eating a mate can carry costs. She might lose a fertilization opportunity. The male may injure her. Time spent fighting may attract predators. A male can be nutritionally insignificant, or future mates may be scarce enough that killing the current one is a terrible gamble. Natural selection does not ask whether cannibalism is shocking. It asks whether it pays. For a well-fed female with few available males, it may not. For a starving female surrounded by suitors, it might. For a male with many future opportunities, being eaten is a disaster. For a redback male unlikely to mate again, being eaten after prolonged sperm transfer may be the best bad option available. So why are males usually eaten during mating? Because females in these species often carry the larger reproductive cost, possess the larger body, keep the sperm after the male dies, and gain usable nutrients from the corpse. Because predatory aggression can spill into courtship, and because some males have so little chance of mating again that even a fatal encounter can increase their lifetime reproductive success. The female gets calories. The offspring may get nutrients. The male may get more paternity. Evolution gets another generation. And you, the male mantis, get a final view of the female turning her head. You climbed onto the back of a predator. You completed the mating. Your body is still moving. Your head is no longer supervising. But somewhere inside the female, nutrients from your body may help build eggs carrying your genes. Your life has ended. Your reproductive mission may have succeeded. In nature, that counts as a happy ending, just not for you.